Hello and welcome back to Manifest Health. I'm Jessica, and today we are going to continue our series of reconnecting with ourselves after trauma or loss. And today I want to focus on the mind. Today it's going to be about the mind because I think this is probably the least talked about. People generally know there's going to be emotional trauma, and the physical is also obvious when we experience the effects of the emotional trauma on our body. We're depressed, we can't sleep, we have different issues that go on. But really understanding the mind and what's going on is, I think, one of the least talked about. Probably not at all, but it's the least. So we're going to talk about quieting an overstimulated mind because of the trauma and what's happened to you. Things are going to be happening that you may feel like you're really alone and no one understands you. And how do you explain to people what's happening? And you really don't feel like explaining anything because you're so tired and you're so drained and you're going through so much. These are definitely issues that can be overcome. This is normal. This is very normal. One of them is absolute and utter mental disruption. So this is like, if you've been through this or you're going through this means you could be going to get into your car, you're going to go to the grocery, and before you make out of the driveway, you're lost in a memory or a thought or something. And before you know it, you're sitting in front of the grocery store and you don't know how you got there. And this happens a lot. It happens a lot to people. And the problem, I think, that bothers people the most, and they get some shame about it, is that when it happens, they didn't realize it was happening until time passed, or they arrived somewhere else, or something snaps them out. And so you feel very much at a loss, like, oh, I can't even control this because I don't know I'm doing it till I'm in it. I'm deep in it. So please have some grace with yourself and do not feel shame. This is okay. What's happened is your brain has had something happen so sudden, jolting, very, I want to say big or grandiose as far as your life goes. I mean, you go from going from your day-to-day routine to bam, something happens. So that makes your brain start really looking for anything that might trigger that. It also puts your brain in a place of vigilance, high acute vigilance, because the surprise of what occurred, whether you heard about it, saw it, were in it, whatever happened, your mind is like, oh, we can't have these surprises again because it's really hard for us to manage that. So your body starts being, or your mind starts being extremely vigilant, and it starts to overanalyze to the point where you don't realize that you are deep within some thought process and have lost 30 minutes of your day. And I say lost as in you're not present. You're not sitting here or standing there or doing that job. You're somewhere else entirely. But give yourself grace and don't feel ashamed, because this is normal. Your mind is trying to set up perimeters. It's trying to figure out what it can do to avoid surprises and avoid more trauma. So just give yourself a free pass. Tell your friends, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you were saying. I got lost in thought. Whatever is going on in that moment, just give yourself some grace. So this will come in the form of ideas will capture your attention, and you're just going to get sucked in and you have no idea. I've done it myself. I've literally gotten in the car and arrived at my destination, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember driving here. And that's okay. It's okay. Trust your body too, because you're an amazing individual when we can do that and be safe. So our body's on alert, our mind's on alert, your emotions are on alert. So give yourself some grace, okay? Now, this is going to be a fun one. I'm not being sarcastic. Make a list. If you can, I highly recommend journaling. That is way easier said than done. I get it. Making a list stinks. But as we've been going through this process and I've been giving advice to my husband, I told him, I regret not writing things down as as everything unfolded, because I can't remember certain things. Or, you know, somebody will talk to me later and be like, oh, yeah, I remember that was really hard. Remember we had this conversation, or that person did that, and I legitimately do not remember. And it's not because I don't care. It's not because I wasn't receiving of that at that time, but my mind did not catalog that, because my mind is when you're in trauma, your mind is at the place of cataloging major events, and it's trying to save energy. And so you're going to forget where your keys are. You're not going to remember if you had lunch or not. You're not going to remember if you had an appointment. These things will, oh my gosh. And I don't want you to have guilt, and I don't want you to have shame over that, because we do feel that way, like we're failing, and you're not failing. You're not failing at all. What it is, though, is your mind and your body's attention to detail has shifted. It has completely shifted. It's in safe mode. It's in security mode. It's in reduce trauma as much as possible mode. So when you walk in the house and you do a motion, or you walk through a doorway, you're going to forget why you're there. You're going to forget what's going on, and it's going to be kind of like a loop at times. So make a list, and don't beat yourself up. Okay. Absolutely don't beat yourself up. So I want to try to talk about some tools you can use. Again, I know this sounds like more work. When we're going through trauma, we don't want to do this work. We really don't. So ask a friend to help. Even if you feel like you're alone in this and there's no one, I promise that there are a lot of people out there in the world, your neighbor, anyone you talk to, that will absolutely probably sit down and make a list with you or help you with some of these things. And understand that, oh my gosh, when someone asks you for help, do you not just want to run and go do that thing with them? There's a lot of good people out there in the world that want to do that. And if you have a good friend, or if you know someone that you can trust, have them sit down with you and help you make this list, because they're not in the trauma mindset, and so they're gonna be thinking of things that you can't think of. So absolutely do that. And this comes for this part too, when we're trying to use tools that can help your mind settle. Okay, it would be great if you wanted to sit down and make a playlist. You know, go on YouTube and Google your favorite artist or something, or if you have a Spotify, just pick a playlist and make it your My Healing playlist. And it can be whatever. I know people that are like Metallica, death metal, whatever. That soothes them, that comforts them. You may want classical. You may prefer soundtracks, movie soundtracks. It's a big one. Movie soundtracks. And you can use binaural beats, because it helps the brain to balance and calibrate. And you can also use some high frequency music if you want to go on to YouTube and look up 852 hertz, I believe, and things like that. Just look for the different frequencies. Google it on YouTube, or YouTube it, and figure out whatever you feel drawn to, and set it as a playlist. And I recommend the frequency music mostly because it doesn't have lyrics and it doesn't have anything else going on, and you can do it while you're doing the dishes, and you can just you're not trying to listen to it. It's just in the background, but it's helping you a lot. It's actually stimulating your mind, like Mozart stimulates the minds of babies. Absolutely get your hands on some awesome incense or something that you love. Maybe get a new candle and have that going. If you love essential oils or have essential oils, maybe you start using a little bit extra. I tell you what, in the last few weeks, I've been putting extra scents and essential oils and stuff in our laundry. It's just soothing. It's just comforting. We don't always feel like cooking when we're in a trauma situation. We don't always feel like taking the extra step. It's very difficult to remember to eat, drink enough water, and those things. So I'm just giving you ideas. So that's why I want you to make a list and write it down. So write down some of these things. Mental hygiene is connected to physical hygiene. Take your baths, use some Epsom salt and baking soda. It dechlorinates the water, helps your muscles to relax. I recommend, get your favorite bottle of shampoo and conditioner or something. But definitely a huge life hack is to keep a bottle of water or juice, whatever you want. It's preferable that you not go with an unhealthy option. That's always the advice I'm going to give you because I care. Water, sparkling water, juice, something like that. V8 is great. Keep one with you and keep a snack, a granola bar, a little bag of trail mix, throw some M&Ms and different stuff in there, because oftentimes when we experience trauma, we can have panic attacks. We don't even know we're having it. If you've not had a panic attack, your first one will surprise you because you won't realize it's a panic attack. You won't know what's going on. So if you're suddenly extremely emotional, suddenly extremely tired, suddenly dizzy, headache, anything suddenly changing your atmosphere, take a drink of water, take a bite of snack, take one bite, anything. It is a body-mind hack. When you see videos where they have rescued animals and they the first thing they do is offer them food, because you can't eat unless you feel safe. And when you feel safe, when you eat, you can make your body feel safe. Because we're not being chased by a bear or anything crazy like that, where you're okay. What you're having is trauma is replaying itself. Maybe not mentally, but in the body. Your trauma can replay itself. Your body can try to reenact how that trauma felt. And it's trying to process that. But if our mind and our body are not connected in that moment, it feels like a panic attack and we get really afraid and scared. So quick life hack, drink some water, have a snack, and it's going to pull you back down. Okay, so put this on your list. And I just recommend that anyway, just for life, because life be life, and keep a bottle of water, keep a snack with you everywhere you are. I also recommend right now that you stay away from any negative TV or media. Now, if you like a good thriller and a scary movie, because I do, well, not scary movies, I like thrillers, but certain things like that are very therapeutic. Now, I don't watch Saw or anything like that. But it's a very welcome distraction, and it takes you out of what's going on with you, okay? But I would avoid the news media and anything that's highly negative or trying to get you worked up. There's a difference between watching a good movie and you're in that versus them trying to get you worked up over your actual life in your community and your state and things like that. So try to avoid that stuff. I recommend finding a great comedian. If that works for you, it works for me. Anything that's just different, anything that can take you out of the things, watching a really good series, reading a really good series, watching comedians, even watching like bushcraft and things like that. It takes your mind out of what's been going on, and it gives you a chance to relax. All right. And so, since life be lifing, one of the other things on my list, and your list should be, if you're going to be making a list that involves tasks and household things, go easy on yourself. And this is really hard, especially if you're like me and you go from room to room to room to room as you clean, because you find something that goes here, and next thing you know, you're running around. Resist the urge. If you sit down on the bed to just fold your towels and do your laundry, just do that. Ignore anything else that's going on in the room that needs to be done for a minute. Just finish doing the towels. Just finish one load of dishes. And absolutely be patient and give yourself a break. Just chill. It'll get done when it gets done. It's fine. If you feel like there's too many things happening, then pull back and do less. And this is where your friend comes in. It's kind of different now. Growing up, society was a little different than it is today. So if you're watching this and you know someone that's been through some trauma, please understand that one of the greatest gifts that you can give someone is a meal, is to cook for them or to come over and help them clean. It really makes a huge difference. It really does. Most people who've been through loss or trauma are not taking care of themselves very, very well. They're just, they're doing okay, but they're not taking care of themselves like they would be if they had the energy and the ability to do so. So if we can get back to being more community minded and make a meal for your neighbor or your friend when you hear about it, please offer to go and help them with cleaning their house, or finishing up some project. You have no idea what a godsend that is for people. So call on your friends, and friends watching, help your friends. Let's help each other. Another thing to put on your list is for you to, and I know this might trigger, it triggers me. I'm gonna be honest, it triggers me. Set an alarm. Set an alarm for 3 or 4 times a day to go off. And when that alarm goes off, I want you to stop what you're doing when you can. Like, be mindful. Like, don't just leave the meeting when your boss is talking and be like, well, gotta go. No, when you can, step away, step aside. And I want you to do a 3-4 minute breath exercise. That sounds like a lot. I know, 3 minutes. It actually goes by pretty fast once you get started. And you're gonna relax your shoulders. And when you do the breathing exercise, you're going to relax the jaw. And if you do that right now and put your tongue down, how many of you are just holding your shoulders up? And how many of you are tight here? Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders, and do some breathing exercises. Doesn't have to be elaborate. You don't have to be perfect. Just breathe. Take some good, deep breaths, okay? Again, this is a great time to sip that water, have a granola bar, try to ground yourself, and you're going to bring your body back into the present when you do that. You're going to be like, okay. And you'll be more aware and you'll be more focused, okay? And again, I want to encourage you, anytime you can, bring a friend in. I know that's hard for some of us. It's hard to ask for help. Sometimes it's hard to find people available, but they're there, I promise. I have received some of the kindest gestures from people in line at the store. I mean, you never know. There are people out there, you are not alone, and others are absolutely willing to be helpful. I wanted to mention this too. I've got mine on. Of course, you know me, I'm going to wear these all the time. I just do. And these are for grounding. This is our new malachite. My malachite necklaces, and it's also basically if you could wear copper as a stone, that's it. This is like a copper stone. It's grounding. It's good for the heart chakra. It's green, sits on the heart too. But I also have these bracelets, which I wear mine all the time because I love it. And they are made out of lava stone, and it says it's magnetic, and some people might be thinking they're magnets like these, but actually this is the magnet. So the magnet holds the 2 bracelet pieces together. And the magnet is still beneficial. Now it's predominantly lava rock. I have different varieties, so they do have a few different stones. I have some with tiger's eye and labradorite, and so this one has like the jasper in it. It's got different stones. So in that, that's cool. That depends on what you want. But the main benefit of this is the lava stones, and the lava stones are calming and soothing. This is a fidget. This is absolutely a fidget. I literally sit there and I just take that apart and put it back together. This is a fidget. It's really good. It helps you to relax. It feels good. It's very lightweight because it's lava stones, and it makes a cool noise. Lava stone is good for any dark stones, especially black stones, and lava stones are good for removing negative energy. It's a purification stone. It purifies the energy around you. It's also great as an anti-anxiety stone, or raising your vibration to reduce stress and reduce depression. So this is one of the things that I like to use. I think that we make a lot of excuses for, we don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need a lot of things in our life, and we want to be easy to deal with. We don't want to be a problem, but using as many tools as you can to help you is a good thing. And because you matter and you're important, and you shouldn't ignore what you need, and you shouldn't ignore how you feel. And take it one day at a time, and have grace and mercy on yourself, because whether other people have in the past or not, that's their problem. But you are here now, and you are here with a purpose, and everything that comes across your path is a lesson. And it's a lesson about strength or courage or humility or love or honoring yourself or learning to honor others or gratitude or patience. There's just so many different lessons that we're all here to learn. And there's nothing wrong with you, and you're not being punished when something bad happens, because it happens to everybody. But take it in stride. Absolutely take it in stride. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I'm going to be trying to do the first soul video. So we've had body, and we've had mind, and we've had soul. And I know the mind one had a lot to do with physical things to do, but they're so connected. I mean, well, they're all connected, but how your mind works can be hacked by your body and what you do. So having the snack, drinking the water, taking the time to listen to some music, have something that smells good on your desk, things like that. Those are all ways to help your mind soothe, even though we're doing it with our physical body. So I want to encourage you to stick around, hit the like, share, and subscribe. Go to manifestheal.com and subscribe to my email newsletter. So I'll be putting out an email in reference to any of the PDFs I'm going to create for this. And I will get PDFs loaded into the file program on my website, and they'll be free. Don't worry about it. But I should do that. I should make a library for this. So that will be one of my tasks to do, and I will check back with you guys soon. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them below, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. I'll catch you on the next one.